Good morning everybody and welcome to the GSM's Pride. This week I'm really excited because for the first time ever we've got three really cool Mustangs in stock. It's really rare that I get a GT 500, it's really rare that I get a Boss 302, and it's really rare that I got a Mach 1, and I got all three here all at the same time. This one I have here is a Shelby GT 500. This is the absolute pinnacle when it comes to Mustangs. We got a 5.8 V8 supercharged, 662 horsepower with 641 pounds-feet of torque. This thing is an absolute animal. We're gonna get to take it out, it's gonna drive it around, but like I said, we've got three to look at, so let's go and take this for a spin. There's not really much we can do on a walk around that's much different to a normal Mustang other than the fact it's a Shelby. Shelbys obviously are very iconic. There's a lot of things about the Shelby that are so much different. It's more mechanically and the engine that's really much different, but obviously you do have the styling that's a little different also. You got race red with the white Viper stripes on it. Now this one is pretty rare because it is a convertible. We don't see many convertibles. So they are only coming from time to time. I've had one that was a 2008 before, but this is a 2014 and it's pretty rare. Obviously we've got the SVT wheels, they're iodized grey. They do have the big 4-pot calipers on there. Obviously you need it to brake on these things. We've got the iconic Cobra for the Shelby Cobra, the GT 500. These badges are well sought after and you've got to have one that's real. You know, one thing I've always loved with the Shelby GT 500 is the Recaro interior. Obviously the Recaro interior with the Cobra embossed onto the seat. This is the one with the white Viper stripes down the middle. Generally looks normally the same except it has all the Cobra accents. On the rear you have to have a pretty big spoiler just for the downforce to keep those rear wheels on the ground. Obviously it's a rear wheel drive car, so that does take it to a lot with the aerodynamics. This is something that's kind of imperative when it comes to GT 500. You got the two dual exhausts on the rear to have the 4-outs, and as you'll hear in a minute, this thing sounds amazing. The Shelby GT 500 only came in a stick shift. Now the new ones only come in automatic, ironically, and the reason being is because they claim that there's so much horsepower in the new one that it would tear a clutch apart, so that's the reason for that. Ironically, we just sold this, so I can't really take it too far. You know, there's really not much like the GT 500's engine noise, exhaust note. It really is just one hell of a car. Obviously, it's kind of that pinnacle of American muscle cars, in my opinion. But these things really do get up and go. At a 5.8 supercharged, you would expect it. They can be a little squirrely on the back end. You have to be careful, especially in days like this when it's not like raining heavy, but it's a little wet outside. They can get a little slippy on the back, so you need to really be careful what you're doing. The clutches on these are extremely stiff, rightly so, especially with it being more of a kind of a race car. The convertible is a little stiffer from the standpoint of body roll and whatnot than the coupe, purely because it has to have a little bit more weight in it for the no roof. Obviously the no roof will keep the stability on the body a little bit better, but other than that, these really are one hell of a vehicle. And even back in the 2014 era, these were still kind of the pinnacle for the muscle cars for sure. As Zach felt there, the back end left it a little bit.
They can always tell when you accelerate because the camera goes.
So the first time I got to drive a GT 500 actually was an 08 convertible, and I was like, oh my, that's a lot faster than I thought. So just so you know, that was wheel spinning first and second.
Yes, it was.
There are many settings on this car. You can change it to track, race, drag race. I'm not doing anything right now, I'm just in comfort and normal. So even in those settings, as you can see, it gets up and goes. And I really hope you can hear that noise, because the noise on that is just immense. Such a deep, loud growl. It's not really even an exhaust note, it's more of a growl. know, I've been lucky enough to drive a lot of really cool, fast sports cars, but I don't know, there's just something about a Mustang GT500 that really is that epitome of just pure, unadulterated aggression. Next we got the Boss 302 Mustang GT. This thing is an absolute beast, and not only is it an absolute beast, you gotta have it in green, and that's the name of this color, gotta have it green. As you can see, it's a beautiful color. This thing is 440 horsepower with 380 pounds-feet of torque, and this is an absolute beast as well. It does have the 5-litre Coyote engine in it, so you can do a lot of things to it. This thing specifically has a couple of modifications the customer did, but they are really good modifications to the vehicle. This is actually a pre-owned vehicle. I know we usually do stuff on new cars, but this is pre-owned, and this one's an absolute beast also. And we've got the Mach 1. Now the Mach 1 actually replaced the GT350. I know you can still get the Shelby GT500, but this was the replacement for the GT350 as they stopped doing that in 2019. This thing is an absolute beast. It's 480 horse with 420 pounds-feet of torque. Usually I'd take this thing out for a drive and show you around it, but in the same time that Zach and I decided to do the video on these three cars, guess what? We sold it, so I can't take it out, but we got plenty of B-roll for it. Well, I really hope you enjoyed that vlog. Like I said on there, it's pretty rare that we get 3 Mustangs, especially the rare ones like that, the Mach 1, the Boss 302, and then obviously the Shelby GT500. It's very, very rare that we get those, especially all at the same time. It's pretty rare that we get them anyway. So, like I said, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with those cars. Those cars are just absolutely amazing in every way, shape or form. You know, I never used to be a American muscle car kind of guy, but ever since I came to Ford, Mustang really is kind of the epitome of American muscle car. They just sound good, they drive good, they're loud, they're aggressive, everything about an American muscle car that you really want. As always, I'm going to stick up a video on this side. We're going to put a link up there to another video. Up on this side, a subscription page. Up in the top corner there, the Lufuse Ford subscription page. Please subscribe to that channel. As always, hit that post notification button, hit that like button, comment, subscribe, do all the things you need to do to help my channel, and I'll see you all next week.